Hey everybody, I said I'll be out for 2 weeks and something special happened. Something special happened. Um, the Verge here talked about Microsoft cancels its Perfect Dark and Everwild Xbox games. Um, I'm on the Verge right now. If you haven't been paying attention or whatever this video is about, Microsoft cancels um, Perfect Dark um, and Everwired Xbox games and over 3,000, 6,000 jobs gone. And Phil, um, um, I put a question mark on Phil here because we don't know for sure what's really going to happen with Phil. Phil's thinking that Phil's going to leave. They're thinking Phil's been terminated. People have been saying that Phil's going to retire. Phil's saying that the Phil's been ousted by Microsoft because of the bad Game Pass issues. The Verge has something here. It says Microsoft's canceling Perfect Dark and Everwild games as part of a sweeping cuts to Xbox division. Matt Boone, Xbox president of Games Content Studios, revealed that Microsoft will be closing the initial of the studio behind Perfect Dark in an internal memo to Xbox employees today. The cuts are part of layoffs affecting about 9,000 employees across Microsoft. So my number needs to be a little more. Um, 3 to 9,000 here. Put a little plus right there. There'll probably be more than that soon. You all know that. 9 employees with 10 studios, turned 10 studios that have been developed behind Forza Motorsport also hit hard by today's layoffs. Um, Following Phil's note, I want to share more about the changes to the studio business units. We have made the decision to stop development for Dark and Everwild, and as we will wind down several unannounced projects across our portfolio. As part, we are closing one of our studios. The implement of the decisions, along with other changes across our teams, refer to a broader effect to adjust priorities and focus the resources to step up our teams for greater success within a changing industry landscape. We do not make these choices lightly, as each project and team pursues years of effort, nation, and community and commitment. Goes on. Phil goes on to say that our overall portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excite our player base, continue to grow our biggest franchises, and create new studios, stories, worlds, and characters. We have more than 40 projects in the, active development, continuing momentum to title shipping this fall. A strong slate headed to 2026. For directly affected, we are working closely with HR and studio leadership to provide support, including severance, career transition assistance, and where possible, opportunities to explore roles in other teams. To everyone across studios, thank you for your creativity and your resilience. Continue to define who we are. I believe in the strength of our team and the path of. But it's not from Matt. This is from Matt, not from Phil. Um, and this came from is by company is closing in active inactive two. Tom Moore and Jay Patters are the ones who wrote this news article here. So I'm give them credit real quick. Give those two guys credit. Uh, Tom Moran and Jay Peters. Both of those gentlemen are getting credit for this, creating this at July 2nd, 2025, 12:18 Central Standard Time. So those two gentlemen get the credit. I take no credit, and then in this article I read, I'm just reading it to you because it's fair use, but I am not taking any credit for it. So I'm just reading it to you as a reviewer, news person. I believe I have right to do so. Now let's discuss. And I told you guys I'm not going to be doing a video, but something important happens. This is very important. Perfect Dark Zero or Perfect Dark was a new game supposed to come out. and Microsoft just canceled it. They killed it in the studios. And the rumor is that Phil is thinking about stepping down within the year, and his president's going to take over. Some woman, I don't know her name, not really important. The point is, though, Phil is leaving eventually. And I read from The Verge here. Once again, I give credit to Tom Moore and Jay Peters, who wrote the article. I just read it because of fair use. Make sure everybody knows that. I'm not taking credit for that or anything at all. But why is this happening? Why is Microsoft deciding to start cutting these 9,000, 3,000 to 9,000 jobs? What's going on, you might say? What's going on in the world? Is Armageddon? Is it tax issues? Is it because of beautiful big bills? Is it because tariffs? Because calm down. You know that thing that came out in 2018, Game Pass Ultimate? All the games, play all you want? That's why. I told you guys years ago the Game Pass Ultimate has to be something more than just a cash cow you dump money into. People don't want to go to a renting service and rent games for a long period of time. That's what Game Pass Ultimate is. Me, I have no problem with it because I don't care. I don't have a disc drive. I have enough games on my. I want to buy a game cheap. I go buy it on Steam because that's how it is. But if you are somebody who is really committed to Microsoft or Xbox, you're going to be, and people pissed off. RG285 is pissed off. Dreamcast guy is mad. Haven't heard anything from Fantavision yet, but he'll probably be pissed off and circling the wagons eventually. I'm like, okay, Microsoft is gutting their own Xbox again. What else is new? Turn the page. But I know a lot of you guys out there are wondering, what's going on. And I've been following it. I was at work last night. And I got off at 11:54 because I'm going today, starting this Saturday. And this is very big news, and I can't wait 2 weeks to cover this. It has to be covered now, because supposedly Phil Spencer is going to be stepping contract in, I think, or his contract or whatever he's called for people like that in Microsoft. Contracts to me are like wrestling contracts. That's totally 90s stuff. But anyway, his term or whatever whatever he has, contract terms, whatever, is up soon, and he's going to retire eventually. He's 50 something years old. He's been doing this for a long time. He'll probably get a 25 to 30, $40 million, parachute and float away and retire on some island somewhere, next to Bill Gates and the rest of them, and just drink and pina coladas the rest of his life. But what does that mean, and how does that help Microsoft now or Xbox now? The point is, it doesn't. This is pretty much a death blow to Microsoft right now. I mean, the Xbox division. You're canceling the biggest game that's supposed to be coming out. You're pretty much going to be gutting. You pretty much have gutted your entire workforce or most of your workforce. You have literally told people, guess what? We're canceling this thing. Um, Not much you can do about it. It's done. That um, can't really make this stuff up. You can, but you can't, kind of thing. Um, how do I feel by it? It's rough. 9,000 people, up to 9,000 people are going to lose their jobs plus because Microsoft and that CEO Phil Spencer and that president of his went out there and bought every game studio and every company they can buy with both hands. They grab it with both hands and put it in the cart and went to the retail world called the business acquisitions and bought everything they could buy. And now, when they need these games to come out, Call of Duty's not making much money as it used to be. The other games that they have are not releasing very well. They enjoyed the idea of putting all Call of Duties on Game Pass. The rumor mill is that Microsoft is going to probably order whoever, if Phil Spencer's still there or not, to release all the Call of Duties, the first one to the recent one that came out on Game Pass, and just flood the market with it. and hopefully that draws people in. 'Cause Game Pass, guys, it's already been in there. It's already been rooted. It has to stay. If they kill Game Pass Ultimate now, Microsoft is going to be done because they have nothing to them. Now, no one's going to run out there and go buy an $80 Call of Duty game when they can download it from Game Pass Ultimate. Because you can play Nicki Minaj or Ninja Turtle or Beavis and Butthead. Who cares about that crap? I played Cold War on a BattleNet for a few hours now. I had fun with it. It was a great game, and it was fun. Why? Because it's simple. Granted, your deaths don't reset upon death, so that's fun. You're not being punished for not being great, but also you don't have to worry about people just camping in corners around, like Nicki Minaj, Ninja Turtles, or a Beavis and Butthead. It's a very simple game. It's a ground and pound game, but that's something that people don't understand. So when people say, "Well, why is Game Pass failing to have Call of Duty on it?" Call of Duty is not what it was back 10, 15 years ago. 20 years ago, Call of Duty was the it and the shit. Now Call of Duty is just shit. So Microsoft now is like, okay, so we have all this acquisition crap. We have no games. Perfect Dark may come out this year, next year, year before that. What the hell are we doing? And they start cutting jobs. Even though they're a trillion dollar company and they can literally give $500 million, 500 billion, half trillion, $500 billion to Microsoft, and they've been keeping them alive since 2001, 2002. All of a sudden now they're pinching pennies. So I don't know, guys. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more information on this. I'm gonna research a little more on this. But thank you guys for watching my video. I'll see you guys later. Like, subscribe, and keep ringing that bell. Peace out, everybody.